awareness level.
Hello again, and welcome back to the Bonus Level Podcast. This is level 33. I, of course, am Jack, and joined with me, as usual, is Josh and Luch. And this week, we are going to be talking about an awesome, epic battle royale that will take place in a location of our choosing between the greatest action heroes of all time. We formulated a list that consists of 20 of the most popular and most famous action heroes, action stars of all time. And we're going to go through the list and we're going to talk about who's going to get knocked off first and kind of break it all the way down to number one, to who we think would win. And this came from an idea, a Reddit post that happened about a week ago that I saw, and I kind of wanted to expand on it, and we immediately started all talking about it, and I was like, man, this would be a good conversation to actually break it down and take a look at things. So that's what we're going to do. Before we do that, Luch, who's your favorite action star of all time?
My favorite action star of all time? You know, that would probably... Dang. That's such a large question. All right, so we got Jason Statham, all-time badass.
Okay, so wait, are you talking... I'm talking character. I'm not talking actor.
I thought you said actor. My bad.
If I said action star, I meant to say action hero. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
I really do like Jason Statham's The Transporter.
Okay, so you're talking about Frank Martin. Mm-hmm. That's his character name. Okay.
Frank Martin. Oh, so also, between him and Bruce Willis from Red. I can't remember what his name is.
Red? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go with John McClane. Interesting. All right. Josh, what about you? Who's your favorite action hero of all time?
I don't have one.
Come on, you have to have one.
I don't have a favorite because I've enjoyed so many different ones over the years. Like, growing up, I was probably 3 or 4 years old when I saw the first Indiana Jones, that I was obsessed with those. I've seen them a million times. And then Rambo came out and I was like, what is this? It's amazing. And then, all the guys with Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan and so that era, I would say, has been some of my favorite. I am so incredibly in love with some of the newer ones that have come out with like John Wick and stuff like that, that's why I don't know. I'm scared to see how tonight's going to go, to be honest.
We're going to knock them off one at a time.
Yeah. Right.
If I had to, as much as I loved more recently John Wick, that whole series, it's just absolutely amazing. Keanu's incredible. My all-time favorite is James Bond, without a doubt. Just
which James Bond?
Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love Sean Connery's James
Weird
Bond.
body Daniel Craig.
Yeah, what do you mean? He's a stud. I don't know.
Dude, it's like a weird mix between like Gordon Ramsay, a dad, and a surfer. It's weird.
I don't know what the words that just came out of your mouth. I don't understand what you just said. But
I kind of do, which makes it funnier.
And Sean Connery's Bond was classic, but at the end of the day, he never even got bloody, So
yeah,
it's hard to believe that character.
The Daniel Craig James Bond was pretty much made to the tastes of today's generation.
Yeah, of course.
That's what all movie remakes pretty much are.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about the arena first of all. So the place where this battle royale would happen, obviously it plays in the favor of certain people over others, but ultimately we have to come up with a place that's going to allow everybody to kind of utilize their strengths. So you don't want to have it wide out in the open like a Fortnite map, right? Because anybody with a gun is going to beat somebody that doesn't have one. That's more like martial arts focused. But then you also don't want it to be super close quarters, because then people with a gun doesn't matter because they're just going to get ambushed and snuck up on, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to have a little mix of both. So my thought was a construction site that's 10 levels high, all open, stairs and construction ladders and, elevators and everything. Kind of like, the construction zone in Black Ops 3.
That's
Before.
exactly what I was about to mention. If you need to, just go watch a video, like YouTube.
Yeah, it's Black
video
Ops
of that, and
4,
you'll
right?
picture it
Fuck off,
perfectly.
Ghost.
Yeah. So, so the construction site in that map is very open, many levels. So just imagine that, but only say 10 levels, right? So 10 open floors and huge as far as like floor plan. And we have a top 20 list that randomly each floor would have 2 people starting on it. And you don't really know, who they are. It's completely random, but every floor has like multiple ways to get up and down from each floor: stairs, ladders, scaffold, elevator, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the arena. Okay, this is where they're starting. They all start with whatever tool of their trade would be. So, for instance, when we go through the list, somebody like John McClane is going to have his signature police issue pistol, right? Dirty Harry is going to have Desert Eagle, or did he have a revolver? I cannot remember.
I feel like it was a stick shooter.
Chives look shit up during this.
yeah, I think so. So that's as far as like what they start with. That's what they. The Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's coming in butt ass naked. Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, that would be too overpowered. Then.
Then Indiana Jones with his whip. Does John Wick have a pencil?
Can we have freaking the Terminator do a charisma check for being so beautiful? People are just awed at his...
John Wick is going to have his stock all black pistol.
No, sir. John Wick will only have a pencil.
No. John Wick starts with his pistol. He has a gun on him at all times.
What
Jason Bourne on the other hand, the suit is yes, of course. They come with what they have.
It's clarifying.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's go through the list. I'm going to name everybody, and then we're going to start whacking people. All right. All right. So this is in no particular order. All right. We have the Hitman. So Timothy Olyphant's Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
We have Lee, Jackie Chan's character from Rush Hour. Luke Hobbs, which is The Rock's character from the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah.
You have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. You have Liam Neeson's Brian Mills from the Taken series.
Yes.
You have MacGyver, right? Classic. He's going to find like some dust and lint on the floor somewhere and just like put it in somebody's eye. You have Frank Martin, who is Jason Statham from The Transporter. You obviously have Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood's character. You have Chuck Norris's Walker, Texas Ranger.
Beautiful.
John McClane, right? Bruce Willis. You have Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games series. You have Lara Croft, not the new one, Angelina Jolie's. You have Vin Diesel's Xander Cage, John Rambo, obviously Sylvester Stallone, Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible franchise, Indiana Jones, so Harrison Ford. You got Frank Castle. Either it doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm gonna say that it's what's his face's. Now I'm gonna blank on his name. I'm very sorry. I apologize to him. He's one of my favorites. What is his name? Somebody chives? Hello? Anybody? Can I help me with that?
What was that?
Frank Castle?
The recent one?
Yes, of course.
What's his name? John Bernthal.
Bernthal. Derp. Yeah, I just completely brain farted on that. James Bond is going to be Daniel Craig's version. Matt Damon's Jason Bourne, and Keanu Reeves is John Wick. So that is the 20 list. That's who's showing up at the Battle Royale. The announcer says fight, and they all just kind of go for it. Who is dying first? Who is finishing last?
Katniss Everdeen. Yeah, she did.
Your vote is for Katniss?
Yeah, she did.
Why? Yeah, I would have to. Well, it depends on who she's against, because
hold on, guys. Sorry.
All right.
What's the stage? What is the stage? Sorry, that might be a better. What's the stage? Where are they at? Is this just like open field, or is this?
What are you talking about?
And listen to the first 5 minutes of the podcast, and then
Where have you been? We just talked about.
Okay, I'm having a brain fart now. Wait, what'd you say? Wait, I'm having a brain fart now.
We just talked about it being the Black Ops 4 construction site. Was that? Hello?
Okay. All right. So Black Ops 4 construction site.
I mean, we did kind of brush over it. So in his
We didn't. I even described all the different ways they could get from level to level. It was 10 levels, 2 people to a level. Oh my goodness. Well, okay.
I might have a small form of dimension.
My thinking is that the first casualty of this battle royale was your concentration level.
Yeah, I failed my my constitution check.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways, regardless, Black Ops 4 construction site, Katniss Everdeen, she did.
I would say the only way Katniss survives the first, 2 minutes is if MacGyver's on her floor as well. Because I think
the weakest fight there is. He just finds a paperclip on the floor. She has a bow and arrow, and she can't hit it. She just keeps missing.
Yeah,
and he's just like waits for her to come around the corner and just stabs her in the eyeball with a paperclip. All right, I think you know what though, I disagree, because she does have a weapon. All right,
yeah,
I think that's only if a weak person starts out with her.
That's true. But we're also thinking that like MacGyver is like, all right. So who in the entire list that we're looking at can MacGyver go up against where he doesn't die first?
Katniss.
Maybe, okay, but that's my point though. That's my point. He has nobody.
Yeah.
Whereas she at least could take out him. Maybe even if she lands a good shot on like Jackie Chan, or
no way she's touching Jackie Chan. Like no way.
I mean, all right, but I'm just saying
that arrow.
But I'm just saying. I think MacGyver goes out first in any situation. He loses a 1v1, and
okay,
not
guys.
gets like.
I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if we put the names through a sequence generator, and then so that way each person goes off against one person, kind of like tournament style?
Ooh, okay.
So
just like random seeding?
Yeah. So I'm going based off this. These are 20 people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So right now, first one is between 11 and 7.
All right. So let's pull these out. So 11 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So John McClane versus Rambo.
Okay. Ooh.
Damn.
This is better. This is random chance here. So
yeah, I like
this is all random. I did a sequence generator. I got the next one too.
All right. 11 versus 7.
Yep. So all right.
1, 2, 3, 4,
John
5,
McClane
6,
versus Rambo.
My odds would be 95% Rambo, 5% John McClane.
Yeah, I would say Rambo.
Let's talk about what they start with. Rambo starts with a knife.
Yeah.
He starts with his.
John McClane has his
Bowie knife. Yes.
Ooh, wasn't John McClane a sharpshooter?
No,
not a sharpshooter. Just a really he was just a badass cop.
No, are we laying weapons on the ground for these guys?
No.
Okay.
They have what they have. They have what they have. But then if they get a kill on one, they can take the other. So like.
All right, let me explain to you how the situation goes.
All right.
Okay, so you have on this floor, you have John McClane on one end of the building, and you have Rambo on the other. They know They have to kill each other. John McClane immediately crawls into the air duct and starts crawling around in the air duct. Rambo shoves his 12-inch knife directly through the air duct, just piercing him. Because even though McClane has a gun, he's not one of those sharpshooters. He's not pinging each bad guy that he sees. He's a down and dirty fighter. He's going to wing somebody, then they're going to fight and they're going to struggle, and he's going to end up choking somebody out with something that's laying on the floor next to him. That's how he.
All right,
okay.
So you think John McClane loses to Rambo by brute force?
Yes.
Well, it depends on stealth, where they're located, and if Rambo decided to kidnap John McClane's daughter.
Okay, well, he didn't, and Rambo has the element of surprise in this situation.
By the way, I'm recording all this, so if you hear chives in the background, he's just getting everything recorded.
Beep boop booping. Okay, yeah. So Rambo first. So John McClane is out.
I mean, do you guys agree with me?
I think so. Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
I mean,
I think McClane's a good cop and a good shot, but yeah, like if Rambo's hiding behind there and serpentining and catching him off guard.
John McClane versus a lot of other ones on this list that he would come out ahead.
But also Rambo knows how to use the environment, though. Rambo knows how to use the environment.
He's definitely going to be super stealthy. He's going to hide, somewhere, wait for McClane to kind of move around, and then just come up behind him.
Does Rambo also have a Glock now?
He does. He has a gun.
So they take the weapon.
Okay. Yeah, he killed McClane. He killed McClane. Has a pistol now. So that we have to keep that in mind. All right, run it again.
All right. So next one is going to be 17 and 2.
17 and
Terminator versus the Terminator. Terminator versus Jason Bourne.
Ooh, the Terminator.
No. I don't think so. The Terminator came in with nothing.
But still, do you know how many shots it would take to take down the Terminator?
This fight would last a really, really long time.
The only way Jason Bourne win is if he literally whittled down the Terminator if he had enough bullets. The Terminator would win on literal constitution alone.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that really destroyed the Terminator was basically getting him... Wait, how did... I'm trying to remember the first movie. I'm imagining
very first
the second
movie
where
he gets crushed. No, he gets crushed at the end. He gets crushed.
That's what I'm trying to imagine is what he would have.
I think he goes off the edge of the construction site, falls and gets crushed, or
I don't know. I think he'll grab a hold of something. I think the only way that he could die is if Jason Bourne cut the elevator while he was under it, smashed him. Or smashed him with one of the crane. I don't know. I don't see it happening, man. Like again, I don't think the Terminator is that dumb. The Terminator can put sequences in his mind to kind of figure out what's going to happen next.
No, you're talking about a machine, a complex machine, a complex machine that only had orders, and his orders would be to kill anything that it saw. So I don't think it would be thinking tactically, more as just like running straight at you. Think about the movies.
I don't know, but the Terminator had the ability to think for himself, man. Kinda.
No, he did. A little. The whole point was that it was a machine. My vote goes for Jason Bourne.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking Terminator.
Josh, you're the deciding.
I am so on the fence about this because I'm trying to imagine things because it's so hard to actually kill a Terminator. I'm trying to imagine Jason Bourne. He's got a pistol. Pistol is not going to do crap to.
No, but he would use it. So but he's that smart. He's the one that's going to outsmart the Terminator.
I mean, that's definitely.
I feel like you got to give it to Jason Bourne in this situation.
Yeah, because every time that I try thinking more of like scary times that the Terminator was like fucking people up, I keep thinking of the T-1000, the one that could actually melt and stuff, and he was the super scary one. The other Terminator, they
just walk straight at you.
Oh yeah,
all the Terminator has to do is literally grab Jason Bourne, and Jason Bourne's dead.
But it's never going to happen.
It's
never going to happen.
Like
yes, I do.
Again, Terminator is going to be able to scan the building, find out the best place where. I don't know, man. I think again, Jason Bourne's a great fighter and a great strategist, but I think the Terminator's calculations and brute force.
You are outnumbered, my friend.
I don't know. Josh didn't give his answer yet.
I am gonna agree with Jack on Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
It's close enough that if we said draw and make them both fight someone else, I'd be okay with that. That's how close I think it is. But
that's a fight that has to happen. So he has it. He outsmarts him and wins. All right. What's the next? Who's the next matchup?
8 and 15.
Xander Cage and MacGyver. well.
Yeah, I think we know who's winning that one.
Yeah,
do we need to debate?
No, Xander Cage in a landslide.
On this list again?
Because he's got a cannon. There's cannon fodder. Maybe, again, if MacGyver goes up against Katniss, he moves on to the second round, and he has a bow and arrow at this point, and some leather, and like a ponytail.
And face paint.
Yeah, and face paint.
But not in this situation.
Not in this situation. He went up against Xander Cage, who just probably just picked him up and broke him in half.
And I feel bad for MacGyver because he was like super positive, right?
Like all happy-go-lucky in the pregame lobby, just
what's
all right,
Xander
guys.
Cage start with again?
He probably would have just had a tank top on, probably.
True. Yeah. All right.
He probably would have just tackled him though. That's the thing. All right. Next matchup.
Okay, 5 and 20.
5 and 20. So that's going to be Hitman versus Indiana Jones.
Ooh. Hitman.
As sad as it makes me, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
Hitman's going to start with a sniper rifle, by the way.
Yeah.
Or no. What do you think? A sniper rifle or just 2 silenced pistols? I think the 2 silenced pistols are more Hitman.
They're definitely yeah.
Because that's what it is on the cover of the movies, the cover of the book.
No, I think it would just be his 1911, just his regular silver 1911. I think because again, remember this is the Timothy one, not like the
games.
Yeah, so this would be the silver.
All right, even still, 1911 versus a whip. I mean, Indiana Jones has to land a pretty good whip shot to get his gun off. But then I feel like even if he did that, the 1v1 fight, Hitman versus him is going to go Hitman's way.
But again, it's also one of those fights where Hitman's ability to just scan and know the environment he's at, it just makes his fight. It's hard. He's one of those hard people to beat because he's literally genetically trained to do this.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is just smart. If this was like a temple or a ruin, maybe.
different map. He might get.
There's a big rock rolling towards him, and who could escape it? Then Indiana Jones would be who I would pick.
Yes.
All right, 16 and 12.
16 and 12. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you got Walker Texas Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
Versus
100%.
Brian Mills from Taken.
Ooh.
I'm going with...
That's actually a really tough one.
Walker Texas Ranger.
Okay, first of all, this isn't the fucking thing where he can have a fist appear out of his beard, right? This is Walker Texas Ranger, and
he has a pistol. That's it. Brian Mills.
Brian Mills also has a pistol.
He just needs those tight ass jeans and some cowboy boots.
You're banking your decision on nostalgia, and that's just not how this.
If you Google Walker Texas Ranger getting his ass kicked, there's 0 results.
Yeah, yes,
0.
I know.
See, but again, you got to base it off the character, not off the actor. And Liam Neeson's character, what was he? He was like an ex special agent.
Special forces or something like that. Yeah.
And what was Walker?
He was a Texas Ranger.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I got to give it to.
You got a pickup truck, and he has a pistol.
But I got to give it to Liam Neeson's character.
He touched MC Hammer once.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going Brian Mills for sure.
All right,
Walker. I had faith in you. Jot that down, people. I had faith.
Jot that down.
Now, if it was Liam Neeson versus
Chuck Norris,
that would be a different story.
Different story. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Who do we have next? 6 and 10.
6 and 10. So we're gonna have Ethan Hunt versus Katniss Everdeen. Well,
all right.
So Ethan Hunt moves on. That would be the quickest. One of the quickest fights we've had so far. That's almost even quicker than Xander Cage versus MacGyver.
Yeah. Oh wait. What did Ethan Hunt start out with?
Ethan Hunt starts out with
face changing kit.
Yes, that's it.
No, if it's a face changing kit, I don't know, man.
Listen. What was Katniss's what was Katniss's sister's name? Remember the one that got
I've heard.
And then she was like, I volunteer as tribute. Ethan Hunt would come around the corner dressed as her sister. And she'd be like, what? And she'd be like, I'm here to take you out of here. I'm here to save you. And then he would get close, and then he would just
no, bro. It would be PETA.
PETA. Yeah, I mean, either way, no matter what.
All right, so we vote for Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, Ethan's Hunt start.
Right.
He's definitely going through that.
Yeah, and now he's got a bow.
Now he has a bow.
All right, so next one is 13 and 3.
So we got James Bond versus. That's going to be Dirty Harry. James Bond versus Dirty Harry.
I think that's a pretty quick one.
Yeah. I mean James Bond, hands down.
Yeah.
I like the sequence, so it provides a fair fight.
Yeah, because this is like a random battle royale. I mean, they're gonna complain, after the game and be like, I got gypped. I want to drop in again, but it is what it is.
No, that's just you.
Oh yeah, that's me. All right.
Oh, all right. So next one is going to be 4 and 9.
So we got Frank Castle versus Lara Croft.
Ooh.
Frank Castle starts out with a what's it called? An M240.
What?
Frank Castle with the M240 and body armor, and Lara Croft with 2 Desert Eagles.
What the hell? No way, man. That's not fair.
No,
Give
he
Lara
doesn't start
Croft a nuke and she doesn't kill Frank Castle.
Frank Castle, yeah. No, he doesn't start off with an MT40. I say he starts off with a shotgun of some sort. That would probably make the most sense. But he does have body armor.
He does have body armor, but Lara Croft is one of those people who can maneuver around the battlefield like crazy like. Yeah,
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, have you seen
I mean,
even if she emptied a whole clip of Desert Eagle into his body armor, which is going to absorb most of those hits, and shot him once in the leg, he's still coming straight at her.
Oh yeah, that's the craziest thing about him.
I think she would have at least
literally
put up a
take
fight,
a clip.
She would have.
I'm not saying it's like going to be over immediately, but yeah.
Okay.
But I feel stronger about this than I do the Jason Bourne versus Terminator one. So,
yeah, Frank Castle.
Ooh, okay, this is a good one. All right, we have got 18. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We got 18 and 1.
Okay, John Wick versus Luke Hobbs. Sorry, Rock, but you got nothing.
I think The Rock would easily agree with you. He'd be like, "Yeah, why is that even in competition?" Like,
why did I get paired with this guy?
He would be like, "Why am I here?" Actually, he's like, "I got movies to make. What is this? Is weird." Yeah. John Wick, hands down. He's gonna see The Rock coming at him, hear him coming at him from across the floor that he's on, and he's gonna wait, shoot him twice through a wall in the kneecaps. Bring the huge hulking monstrosity that The Rock is to his knees, and then just walk out and single tap him in the head, and that's that.
No, bro. No, see, you're not intricate enough. He's going to get a piece of plywood. He's going to tie that piece of plywood to strings located underneath where Luke Hobbs' neck is because he tripped him up with some rollerblades, right? And then
what are you talking? When have you ever seen John Wick do anything like that?
No, again, John Wick is just one of those people who can use the environment as a weapon.
What?
Really well.
No. Yes. He's just. What are you talking about? He's literally just gonna look at you and shoot you 3 times, or throw a knife at you exactly where it needs to be to kill you. There is no intricacy about his art.
Definitely some intricacy, but last one for the first round is 14 and 19.
All right, so Lee from Rush Hour versus let's see. Against Frank Martin, which is Jason Statham. So this is an epic karate fight.
This is going to be an intense fight. I like.
No, the transporter's going to win. Reason being is because Lee's character from Rush Hour is a little bit too soft.
Okay.
I think I disagree on this one. And it's so hard to cut out the character all the other films that they've been in. In my head when I'm thinking, trying to imagine this fight, I'm imagining Jackie Chan as Jackie Chan, all the different movies that he's been in, all the ways. But I mean, typically though, he's kind of the same. He doesn't generally use weapons. He uses the surrounding areas.
So does Jason Statham as Frank Martin, and he does it, I feel better.
Yeah, what? I mean, again, you have the ability with the oil, you have the belt buckles, the
fire
ropes.
hose.
He uses his freaking suit as a weapon.
Yeah, he uses his fire hose like in that one scene and wraps like 6.
Oh, the bicycle pedals too. Like, come on, man.
Have you guys seen a Jackie Chan movie before?
Yes.
Ever? Because
and
he does another fight.
My man uses chairs and hats and like plastic things and boxes, and it's all awesome. And he's extremely like talented and all that. But we're talking about a guy who's killing people with the environment, not just like knocking them out and knocking them down. Unfortunately, it's Frank Martin.
So I will say that I agree with you on that point, that when you watch Jackie Chan fight, he always will just knock someone down and not kill them.
Correct.
Frank Martin does, his body count's up there compared to Jackie Chan. I think Jackie Chan, if this were an actual martial arts tournament and it's who can hit the other one the most and it's a point match, I would put all of my money on Jackie Chan. But since we are going to the death, I'll
if it was a 1v1 fist fight, Jackie Chan definitely has a better chance. But I think we also limited Jackie Chan because we picked Lee and not his character from The Foreigner.
Yeah, but even still, I mean, the reason why we went with Rush Hour is because that's a bigger action franchise. Yeah, more well known.
Alrighty, boys.
All right, round 2.
Ready for round 2? Let me go ahead and run.
Who are these people? Generator. Who are these people running into next?
Okay, so we have got 10 people left.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Down to the top 10.
Any of you, for somehow you are joining now, we have Rambo, Jason Bourne, Xander Cage, Hitman, the guy from Taken, Ethan Hunt, James Bond, The Punisher, John Wick, and the Transporter.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
and now so basically what's happening, right? Each one of them had their first encounter. They've picked up whatever weapons that person might have had on, and now they're moving on. They're moving up the levels towards each other. So the next round is who is running into who next. So let's go.
Should we do maybe threes?
No. Let's keep doing like a 1v1v1.
Okay. We needed some.
All of these people are men of class, and nobody would come up on somebody else's kill and take it. Okay, not even in a battle royale.
That's very true.
Alrighty, boys. First one is going to be 6 and 10. Ethan Hunt versus the Transporter.
Ethan Hunt versus the Transporter. This is...
I like this. This was a good matchup, though, because neither one was really going in with many weapons. We have Ethan Hunt, who does have...
With a bow. Keep in mind, he has a bow.
Ethan Hunt does have a bow. Frank Martin does not have a weapon.
I mean, we assume, though, that Ethan is super good with a bow if we're...
Of course he is.
I mean, we think...
Ethan Hunt.
Yeah. Do we give her arrows?
No, she had arrows. Yeah, for sure. She had like the whole...
Oh, and some berries to commit suicide with.
Well, yeah. He's gonna give those to Transporter to eat. He's like, here's your mission. Carry these across the thing, but only eat one.
So this would honestly go to depending on where the Transporter is. Depending on his situation, if he has the jump on Ethan Hunt, and what is around him he can use as a weapon.
Okay. Well, it's a construction site.
He's going to try focusing on, and there's no airplanes for Ethan Hunt to jump onto. So
yeah,
there might be a helicopter.
Because I'm trying to think, like the disguise that Ethan Hunt's able to use, I don't think is going to come into handy.
No. Transporter doesn't trust no one. He has no one. Yeah. He is just straight.
So we can basically cut that out. I'd say the bow being in such close quarters is not going to be a big deciding factor. I think that, I mean, you're talking about a construction site, so there's few spots here and there that you're able to see something through that Ethan could maybe get 1, maybe 2 shots off before Frank's closed the distance. So I'm going almost fist fight versus fist fight type situation.
I think Ethan Hunt would try to actually get more of like a choking point with the bow instead of actually using it. Like maybe try to sneak up on him, grapple him from behind, and use the bow as an anchor to kind of crush his throat.
Yeah, but I think even if he did that, there's a good chance that he gets tossed over his head. He's a lot smaller than Jason.
Because you also got to understand, Transporter, Jason Statham's massive. His build is a lot larger than Ethan Hunt, and let's be real, we all know how high Tom Cruise is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. All right.
But again, it depends on the environment. I think if the environment is right, Transporter has it hands down.
But is that enough to give him the edge, the fight?
I think so.
All right, cast a vote. What's it going to be? Who moves on?
I vote Transporter.
I do too.
All right, so it doesn't matter what I vote.
What would you have voted for?
It's tough. It's a very, very tough one.
That's why I like this one. I thought it was one of the better ones. That was a very close fight.
I want to give it to Ethan Hunt, but I feel like that this is like where he meets his match kind of thing.
His message exploded a little too early.
Yeah, he made it to round 2 with no weapons. I think that's pretty damn good.
I think that in the movies he has a lot of plot armor. He survives a lot of situations he shouldn't. Mm-hmm. And in this case, I don't think that even in
Ethan also runs with a team a lot of times that
right
are very helpful. If there were a bomb on there and we needed someone to defuse it, we'd be calling Ethan.
Yeah, Frank Martin. All right, who's next?
Boys, Jason Bourne versus Rambo.
Oh man! Ooh. All right, keep in mind Rambo has. What now?
The Glock, the police issue.
Correct. Pistol. He has John McClane's pistol. Jason Bourne doesn't have anything still.
Well, what did he started with something, didn't he? Didn't he start with a gun versus the Terminator?
He had a pistol, but we have to assume that he emptied it all trying to stop.
I'd let Jason Bourne take a pistol if he's going up against Rambo with a pistol. Good Lord, we got to at least put.
He doesn't have any more bullets.
Yeah.
I don't care. Give him a gun. I would pick Rambo over Jason Bourne with a pistol.
But I'm saying
Rambo both has a pistol. Yeah, he took.
Rambo has a pistol.
That's what I'm saying.
Jason Bourne
give Rambo a pistol. Give Jason Bourne a pistol, and I'm still choosing Rambo. So that's why I'm saying I don't care. If Jason...
That changes the fight completely. Jason Bourne wins a fight against Rambo with a pistol. He shoots him once in the face. Rambo doesn't hit that shot.
But who's saying that Rambo would use the pistol though?
I don't think he would. I think he would have to use his knife.
Rambo has the choice. It's not like he just has a pistol. And even then, I still think Rambo would take the magazine out, use the bullets as a distraction, and then stab him with the magazine.
But even still, you think Jason Bourne's going to be surprised by Rambo? Jason Bourne's the one that's going to be doing the surprising and getting the fight onto his playing field if he's out of bullets.
But the thing about Jason Bourne is he uses a lot of technology, right? To kind of fuck with people in an urban environment. He fucks with people in an urban environment.
Yeah.
This is straight up combat, and I think Rambo is just pure combat talent in human form.
He's raw. He's like raw brute strength, whereas Jason Bourne. Think about all the different fights. Yeah, think about all the different fights that Jason Bourne had in really close quarters. Like when he fought the what's his face inside the apartment.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. Like he didn't have a gun. He didn't have he ended up. What did he end up cutting the guy with?
Which movie are we talking about?
I think it was 1 or 2.
In 1, I know he fights that guy that comes in through the window with that pin. That was a crazy scene. He's shoving the pin up his knuckles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I almost would go, and it's hard for me to do, but I think Rambo in the Jungle wins. Jason Bourne, since we're on the construction site, we're
in an urban environment. He's going to grab some sort of something, hit him with a wooden horse or a brick from something. He's going to get the fight, knock the gun out of Rambo's hands or the knife out of his hands.
The thing is, I think Rambo would have the upper hand on Jason Bourne. The thing about Rambo, he's a multi-class barbarian rogue, right? He's a barbarian with finesse.
No, he's just a barbarian.
No, he
has no finesse.
He has
Jason.
Finesse.
No. Rambo has some stealth. But Jason Bourne is a spy. He has more.
Did Jason draw first blood?
Because he's going to draw last. Is Rambo going to draw last?
I'll do the random generator again to see who attacked first.
No. This is an us generator.
Yeah.
So we're doing the vote, and the vote comes down to I go for Jason Bourne.
Mm-hmm. I go for Rambo.
Josh, it's up to you. Who takes this fight?
God,
I mean, this conversation
is the crappy end of these things. Where both times, so Jason took out Terminator, and now he's trying to take out Rambo. I fucking hate Bourne. I'm gonna boycott the rest of his movies now. But no, because I'm picturing so much of the fight, and while Rambo is just a freaking badass mofo. Throw him in the jungle and he could survive a million years. Like, doesn't have to worry about anything. But at the same time, if you imagine the fight scenes that Jason Bourne has, where someone throws a punch and he's already blocking it, moving on to the next step, blocking, countering, stabbing with whatever he has on him, like Jason is. He's the 2000 era action star where you're dealing with a 90s and 80s action star and Rambo that it's so hard to say. I think I will give it 51-49 Jason Bourne on this one.
There you go.
All right. Jason Bourne wins.
Jason Bourne moves on.
It's this next fight, guys, that is going to have Jack in a tizzy.
It's gonna be 9 versus 8, isn't it?
It is 9 versus 8.
God.
The Punisher versus John Wick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can we just have them like fight for like a half hour? They get so bloody and sweaty that they're both like, okay, we'll come back to this, and then they just go, maybe move on. They both move on.
Oh no, Jack. Oh no, man. All right, so we're talking about, Punisher kicking doors, shotguns blazing, freaking John Wick's, dodging through the columns, firing off, trying to get a time shot. This is going to be a long battle, and I think it's going to end with both of them losing all of their ammunition.
Yeah, that's fine. By the way, Jason Bourne now has a Bowie knife and a pistol. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jack, I feel for you, man.
Yeah, it's definitely John Wick. I mean, come on, let's be real. This is another case of finesse versus raw strength, and in the end, Frank Castle is not as accurate by any means with any weapon.
Oh, what did John Wick get from Luke Hobbs?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But then, so John Wick has what now?
John Wick just has his pistol. Yeah,
he only expended.
Yeah, he only expended three bullets to kill.
Well, keep in mind, the Punisher killed Laura Croft, so he has her two HK pistols.
Yeah.
So if he did run out of shotgun ammo, and doesn't the Punisher use if I'm not mistaken, dual wielded pistols often?
Yeah, he does. He's definitely he's proficient with a lot.
It's hard because I almost feel like from what we've seen so far that the Punisher is, and maybe that we'll find this out eventually, immortal and unable to die, because I've never seen anyone go through the amount of crap. Like even
the Punisher?
Yeah. Like he's gone through so. I mean, like the only thing that's a difference is I don't know if we've seen Castle get shot in the head, but I mean, there was like that scene where he had he was in the room with the 10 guys that were all firing like what were they firing, the pellets, or it was the they were stabbing him and then using like the
using the beanbag
like
pellets.
That it was like that was about as close as it came. It seemed like that. I mean, the only thing was John Wick's impeccable headshots that. Like every time he turns a corner, it's just immediate headshots. That's the only thing that we haven't seen Castle survive. Though I think he could. 1, I don't know if he could survive 2, and I think that may be what helps him win. Is John Wick shoots Castle once in the head. Castle doesn't die from the one shot to the head because Wick didn't double tap him.
Then he would shoot him again.
But that's the thing about the Punisher though, is like his ability to just, be the predator and go after his target. I think the Punisher might win, but he would be sacrificing literally an arm.
No, listen, there's no way in any way, shape, or form that John Wick, look, he expended 3 bullets to put down Luke Hobbs. He, even with all of the rage that Frank Castle is bringing towards him, he's going to be screaming, just laying into wherever he thinks John Wick is.
So you think that John Wick is just going to out finesse the Punisher?
Absolutely, 100%. He might take a couple hits, but again, he has a bulletproof suit. So all of the rage is coming towards him. He might get knocked down by some of the force of getting hit with a shotgun, but he's literally going to put one in Castle's leg, take him down to a knee. He's going to hit him in all the places that his chest armor isn't, right?
Yeah.
And then, it's a case of like John Wick can shoot him in the hand to knock his shotgun out, then shoot him in the knee to take him down to one knee, then put one in his head, and it's over. Like it would be very, very hard for Frank to get in close enough.
Yeah, John would pretty much just out finesse him.
Yeah.
And
so as tough as that is for me to say, I think that my boy Frank is going down in a heap.
Man, it's the finesse characters that are just tearing apart these guys right now. Alrighty, boys. Okay. James Bond versus Liam Neeson from Taken.
Okay. All right. So what did Liam Neeson? Who did he take out? What did he have?
He took out Brian, or no, he took out Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh right, yeah. So
he's got
some cowboy boots and some tight ass jeans.
He's got some spurs.
Yeah, and James Bond still just has a PP7.
He killed Dirty Harry, so I don't know if he gave him the Desert Eagle or not.
Yeah, maybe he has the. Was it a Desert Eagle or was it a big ass revolver? I forget. I think it was a revolver. It was a huge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a.
I don't think it matters.
No,
my money would be on Daniel Craig's Bond.
It was just a regular Smith
all
and
day
Wesson.
long.
Okay. Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond, hands down.
Okay.
James Bond. Yeah.
He's just so.
You have to imagine too that he's gonna have like his like laser watch with like the trip wire in it, and
I'm not even calculating that. So I'm just imagining those two. I mean, like Daniel Craig's a freaking hoss. Like, dude is so, like he's a beast, man.
Yeah, I think Brian Mills is a little too old. He's out, as seasoned as James Bond is. He's definitely got more fight in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the gadgets. He's got the gun. I think he takes out Brian Mills.
Yeah, we haven't even really gotten into the gadget type thing. That'll be interesting later on.
All right, what's the last one? Xander Cage versus Hitman.
Versus Hitman, and Hitman wins.
Hey, Xander Cage versus Hitman? Yeah. Look, Xander Cage tackled MacGyver. That's all he got.
Yeah, and Hitman has a whip and his
now
and his gun.
Xander Cage has a toothpick and a paperclip. So we didn't calculate that in.
So here's how this fight goes, right? Xander Cage is walking around, he's huffing and puffing, looking for his next guy to tackle. Hitman's up in the rafters, throws that whip down, and then hangs him with it.
Yeah, hangs him with it. Listen, Xander Cage doesn't have a dirt bike to like flip off of and like shoot at something.
But what about his rubber bands that he got?
Yeah, no, that doesn't. He can't do it. He can't do an X Games mug off of his rubber bands or paper clips. So there's nothing for him to stunt off of, which is he's triple X.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he goes down there.
All right, let me just run this.
All right, so there's there's 5 people left, right? So that means it's not going to be a 1v1v1. So in this situation, who has like the next round bye? Who is sitting the prettiest with like equipment?
All right, who are the top 5 left? We got Bourne.
We got Frank.
Bond.
Yep.
Let's see.
Bourne, Bond, Wick, Hitman, and Frank Martin, the transporter.
Oh, bros, hold on. Okay, first of all, I was kind of hoping it would get to this. Okay. All right, we have a contestant coming into the battlefield.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What? The top 5.
Well,
nobody can join late. Okay, so
this could make
no. This is no. This guy can, and he flew in on his Millennium Falcon.
Han Solo.
We have Han Solo joining the fight. No. He was a little bit late. He's always fashionably late.
Han Solo flying in. All 5 of them turn and just blow the Millennium Falcon to dust.
Hold on. Quick. The reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to have a 1 for all 3-person battle royale at the end.
No, it can't go down to 3 people versus each other. It's going to be 1v1. No, it's going to end up being the last.
We can go ahead and just say it from this. So far, has the transporter received a weapon?
He has not.
Because he took out who? He took out Jackie Chan, and then he took out. Who was the next one?
He fought Ethan Hunt. Transporter versus Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, and he didn't get a weapon. Yeah, because so I think that Transporter, we can almost wipe him out this round because he's the only one without a weapon.
Well, he has a bow at this
Okay,
point.
so he has a bow, but you're going up against Wick, Hitman, Bourne with
James
the
Bond.
But again,
you know,
I think
Bond
if Transporter went up against the right match like James Bond, I think the Transporter would win.
No. Let's run it. There's 5 people. There's 5 in the sequence. I think that the person that's sitting the prettiest is John Wick, gets the bye to the next the final.
You just want to give John Wick the golden. He just walks to the final.
He still has bullets in his pistol. He picked up the other pistols from Lara Croft from the Punisher and the Punisher shotgun. He has 3 weapons, a bulletproof suit. Like, he's in the best position to win at this point.
Yeah, I feel like the main way to be able for any of these guys to be able to defeat someone like John Wick would be with the element of surprise. Like, Wick lives in this world. Like, he deals with the physics and everything that we have in this world. He knows guns and weapons, but he doesn't know random shit. You know, we haven't seen it. Like, you know, the only person that I honestly think, we can get to him in a second. I mainly think that if the Transporter goes up against anybody, he's fucked. Like, my money is on Bourne over Transporter. My money is on Bond over Transporter. My money is on Hitman over Transporter.
I mean, I guess, you know what, I'm honestly going to say the same, only because the Transporter's equipment right now is pretty lax. Yeah, I mean, James Bond, even if he went off of it, James Bond, I mean...
Yeah, all right, so let's run it. So Wick gets go take Wick out, and we'll do 1 through 4.
Oh no, then that will still leave it with 3 people.
What? Yeah. What? At the end?
Yeah.
It'll still have 3 people.
Right,
we can deal with that when that time comes.
No, or you should just take one out and then do 4v4 or 2v2.
That's what
I'm saying.
doing.
You should take the Transporter out. You just said to move John Wick forward.
Yeah, move him forward 1 round and then have Transporter versus whoever's next.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have to just immediately take someone out of the picture, because then there will still be 3 people left.
Yeah, I know. That was fine. Okay, so Transporter, no matter who he goes up against, loses.
It is dead. Yeah. Okay. I say, what do you guys think?
All right, so he's out.
All right.
So now run the 4. Who's going up against who?
All right, 1v4. Let's see.
This is where it's going to be like hour-long debates per thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. There's only one matchup. James Bond right now has the weakest link going on for him right now.
No, I think Hitman.
And this is exactly what I wanted to go down. Okay. Alrighty. John Wick versus Jason Bourne.
Really? In this matchup already? Yep. I feel like they would be the final 2.
This is random. This is based off.
Yeah, I know. I think in this situation, unfortunately, everybody, in this debate when it was going on really gave the edge to Jason Bourne and saying that Jason Bourne would be able to overcome and improvise and take it over John Wick. But listen, and I disagreed in general, but in this situation with John Wick's gear loadout versus Jason Bourne's loadout,
oh my god, yeah.
Jason Bourne has a pistol and a Bowie knife. John Wick, and he has no
pistols and a shotgun.
Correct,
and body armor.
And body armor. Jason Bourne has none.
The body armor, I think, is the biggest thing. Like, yeah, I think that
because even if Jason Bourne gets close enough, like, he's gonna go for the stab. He's gonna hit the suit. It's gonna miss. Even if he gets the stab in, we've seen John Wick get stabbed. Keep moving. He'd probably sew himself up within the next 2 minutes. Take some thread out of his shirt. Sew himself up. Unfortunately, Jason Bourne he's toast in this situation.
Well, actually, I will say I don't think John Wick would put the body armor on.
He would be wearing it from the beginning.
Punisher had full armor.
No, not body armor. He's wearing a bulletproof suit. He has been from the beginning.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So, John Wick, I'm sorry, Jason Bourne, he's out.
John Wick would have to outshoot. It would be one of those matches where you just see them facing each other, and then it would be a quick draw.
Yeah.
Whoever could hit the person in the head first.
Which, I mean, is obvious what's going to happen there.
Alrighty, boys. I kind of already know who's going to win this one. But James Bond versus Hitman.
You do a James Bond.
So
yeah, 100%.
Here's where I'm on the fence on things, and not leaning one way more than the other. Is Jack did mention gadgets.
Yeah, James Bond has gadgets.
Depending on the Bond gadgets, what he could possibly use, like that has been some of Bond's best stuff, is being able to pull something out of his belt, out of his he could stand there across from Hitman, they could be having a conversation, and then a dart flies out of Bond's shoe that sticks Hitman, and now he passes out, and Bond can there's so many gadgets that Bond always has that you can't be prepared for all of them. Like, I mean, he's got stun guns or lasers or poisonous darts or tripwire.
Yep.
But again, Hitman is one of those finesse characters. Huh? Hitman is also like a shot, like Jason Bourne or John Wick.
Yeah, he's an assassin. Hitman's an assassin, but James Bond is a spy plus an assassin.
See, but John Wick would be, but Hitman would be the type of person to put his suit on a mannequin, lets James Bond think that is, James Bond goes up to it or he shoots it, and then Hitman comes up behind him.
Yeah, but I think Bond would have used his remote control little car that's connected to his watch to drive around inside the place, find it, and go, oh, that's not the right one.
But that's like using an RV like in like Call of Duty, all right? He's going to be sitting there.
No, it's like a little RC car. Or like, that's what I'm saying. Or his shoe. He could take off his shoe and it pops wheels and then he could drive it around. Like, I'm telling you, if you're talking about, if we're not discussing like what specific gadgets he has on him, like that's the cool thing about Bond was every scenario that he got in, it was kind of like a MacGyver, but in a much cooler way where he would just
pull
things out of his ass.
Hitman, I forgot. Hitman has Xander Cage's tank top. Okay? Hold on. Yeah. Literally, like imagine this. So, right, James Bond is walking around. He sees the silhouette of a man wearing a suit, right? He looks alive. Hitman would use the hanging body of Xander Cage, put his suit on him, right? And then make it look like he's moving. And then while James Bond is distracted, Hitman would assassinate him. That's the type of we need to fight to his strength, and that's Hitman's strength.
It is Hitman's strength, but James Bond isn't no chump that's gonna fall for something like that.
It's some pretty scary villains, dude.
I mean, I think that both of them take shots at each other. Neither of them are gonna hit. They're gonna be too fast. Their instincts are gonna be able to dodge an assassination attempt. They're gonna have to fight hand to hand, and James Bond just has the raw, like, just fighting strength. Like, he's gonna fight tooth and nail.
But the thing is, James Bond has lost some pretty pathetic fights, though. Like, especially in the first one.
I mean, he's lost a lot of fights, but he also comes out and wins in the end, always. He always gets the last.
Yeah, but he gets beat up too often. Like, Hitman is untouchable. Hitman is just one of those
That's why he would lose, because he's one of those guys that's going to think like, oh, well, I'm programmed to do this. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to take him out. And
okay, yeah. I don't think he's cocky. I think he's more just...
No, he's not cocky. He's calculated.
That's what I'm saying. He knows what to do to kill James Bond.
Right, but he's going to think that, but he's not actually going to know, because James Bond always takes what would normally take to kill him and then some. And Hitman's not going to calculate for the then some. That's my 2 cents.
Why are we even arguing about this? We know who's going to win.
And that's the
all
thing.
Right, Josh, it's to you,
that's
man.
why this is a discussion, is because there's so many different things to think about. Like I said, I think the one thing, I mean, when we're talking about all these last guys between Wick, Bourne, Bond, and Hitman, like, these guys are so similar in so many different ways that the only thing that really separates them, honestly, is Bond having those gadgets. Now, if we aren't specifying which ones he has, then my mind can just have fun with it, and I could imagine all different types of gadgets that could help him.
But again, the time it takes to use a gadget.
No. He's using them stealthily. If anything, he pulls out his cell phone, and it pulls up like the BMW, like the Pierce Brosnan car that you can drive remotely through the touchscreen, and he just like drives it up the ramps, like circles it up the ramp.
If we're giving James Bond all that stuff, then we should at least give Hitman his kit,
which is What his cloth to shine his head? Like, what do you mean?
No, did you mean yours, Jack?
Yeah, I did. I meant mine. No, I think my vote is that James Bond takes this fight.
I would have to agree, honestly. I mean, because you could even imagine something as little as Bond pulls a pen out of his pocket, pushes a button, tosses it into the other room, and it releases a tranquilizing gas. Like, these are all things I honestly, because of starting to think about this stuff, I almost have him winning this whole thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's not happening.
Hitman. Yeah, Hitman goes down to James Bond. That's
whatever. You guys aren't looking at the bigger picture, but it's fine.
I'm really trying to, and it may be that I'm not as well versed on Hitman like I am with Bond. That there may.
Well, no, I'm well versed on Bond too, but that's why I got to give it to Hitman, just because James Bond has his limitations.
It's too late. Move on.
I know it's too late. All right, guys. John
Wick versus James Bond in the epic 1v1 showdown. It's the top two. They meet each other on the roof
and
of the construction site.
You see a bullet fly into James Bond's head.
No, I don't know. I think it would be a lot tougher than that.
Okay, now, this is on the rooftop, right?
Yeah,
this is on the rooftop. Open field, okay? James Bond doesn't have time to use his gadgets. He can't fire a dart before John Wick can pull out his pistol.
We're not going to give him any walls to hide behind.
Yeah, I mean, up on the top, there's definitely going to be some obstructions.
And
there's some obstructions and stuff to dive behind.
I'm going to actually have Chives look this up real quick.
There's definitely some walls, some debris, some construction materials, some cranes.
All right, so on the top of the roof, there are some cinder block.
Yeah, there's pallets.
But it's still pretty open.
It's open, but there's long pallets of steel. There's pallets of brick and stone.
So the question is, do they both know they're up there?
Yes. John Wick has just taken out Jason Bourne on the far end. James Bond has just choked out Hitman. And he put him down right below and has walked up the little ramp. And
if John Wick knows he's up there, I think it goes to John Wick.
No, I think both of them they've just finished their kills and they walk across and they're standing across from each other on the roof and they see each other, pistols down at their side, and they both just kind of staring at each other, and then at the same time they move and start shooting.
And then you just hear from far away, it's new.
Boom, 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 boom.
Jesse McCree.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a kind of intense fight for a few seconds, but at the end of the day, there's not going to be time for quickness, for gadgets and cute stuff.
Yeah, no.
Against John Wick, he's going to be moving too fast. He's going to be too tactical. And James Bond is going to be tired. He's a little older. He just fought a lot of hard fights. He doesn't have the loadout, and he doesn't have armor. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I think my love for John Wick has me biased and leaning towards him, but I think all the argument that I made for Bond beating Hitman, I would have to say the same thing for this. Otherwise, I feel like it was my bias of love of Bond over Hitman that has me Bond beat Hitman.
John Wick would not let any of that time go by.
No, yeah, you got to think about it like this. Do you think John Wick would beat Hitman?
Yes.
Obviously, right? It's not even a question. So, my point is that if James Bond expended so much energy because they're on the same level, plus his first two fights. Then he gets to John Wick. He's probably out of gadgets for the most part anyway because he had to use them he had to use something to get Hitman's either disoriented or tired to go into hand-to-hand combat him or whatever. By this point, he even if he had something the I don't know the pen explosion, some kind of like mini C4 or plastique that he could try to. It would knock John Wick down maybe for a second, but at the end of the day, he's still got the better loadout.
Unless John Wick gets pushed off the edge of the construction site, he ain't dying.
or how about this? Fancy this. This is what happens. John Wick puts like 3 rounds into James Bond as he's charging at him, out of gadgets, out of bullets, nothing left in the PP7. He throws the PP7 at John Wick, who puts his arm up to deflect it real quick so he could finish him off. And James Bond tackles John Wick off of the edge of the construction site, and they both die.
No, man, because as he's getting tackled, John Wick bends down and finds a pencil. And
Baba Yaga. I think that the epic conclusion, it all went John Wick's way with the fights that he got, and he had the better loadout going into the final battle. And it's kind of like when you find all of the epic gear that you need, and then you're in your 1v1 versus the one guy who still has white armor and an alternator in Apex. And you're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
not a fair fight.
We're dealing with the construction site and not my boy Rambo's jungle. Or if we were in Vietnam.
I mean, that could be said about anything. That'd be like, all right, so yeah, if we're in the future and the Terminator has access to the armory down the street where he robbed everybody and stole all their guns, then
well, again, it's also like if we do this again, instead of it being the T1000, the T3000's coming.
Well, it wasn't the T1000, it was the T101. But I mean, whatever.
But the T3000 is that's a finessing fucking machine right there.
Or if you just give my boy Frank Castle the M240 and he would just wipe everybody out with just a giant roar, just dun, 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 just melting through everything.
He would knock the whole place down on itself.
Or gives some fucking a hose and a bike pedal to fucking.
All right, I'm sorry. In no world is the transporter winning this in any matchup all the way through. I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
Guys, I think our next battle royale needs to be lesser known superheroes.
Yeah,
we do that. Okay. Video game characters. There's too many good things. I'd love to hear people's suggestions for action. I want to know if we missed any action stars. Like if someone's like, "Ooh, you guys didn't think about this one." We'll just.
I would love to have like a cat fight one. Women action heroes or superheroes.
Mm.
Well, see, if you start throwing in superheroes, then it has to all be superheroes. But it's not fair if somebody has
Black
powers.
Widow versus Lara Croft. That's a fight right there, though.
That's just fun for everybody.
In more ways than one.
Is it unanimous? John Wick wins.
John Wick wins. They ain't dying together. John Wick would.
John Wick wins. His puppy comes trotting up at the top, and they kind of just walk off.
Continue from where you left off. James Bond tackles him off. You see them both fall. But then as the camera peers over the edge, you see John Wick's hand holding on, and James Bond is a puddle.
Mm-hmm. And then as they're walking away, John Wick and his puppy, you just hear the announcer, "New bus approaching in 30 seconds." And he just kind of like looks and kind of like just shakes his head. And as the a whole new load of people show up,
you see John Wick's head explode, and MacGyver.
He stole Ethan Hunt's chewing gum plastique and stuck it to the back of John Wick's head on his way down, and he wasn't dead all along.
The real hero.
Red light, green light. I like it. All right, John Wick. Congratulations to John Wick. Keanu Reeves wins another award, Battle Royale champion. He's just in the spotlight. The man is on fire. Can do no wrong. Congratulations from the Bonus Level Podcast. Congratulations for winning our first action hero Battle Royale.
Congrats,
John Wick.
Nothing. Keanu Reeves, we love you.
No, I would be really interested to see. I mean, because we could definitely throw a lot of other names in here, but I would love if someone thought of anybody that they're like, oh yeah, that person could totally beat John Wick.
I mean, would John Wick lose to anybody on this list?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
That was my thing. I was like, the ultimate fight was John Wick, James Bond, John Wick, Jason Bourne. And I think that Jason Bourne kind of got a short end of the stick there, not having a right weapon loadout really, or being able to like get in close. I mean, as soon as John Wick killed the Frank Castle and took his loadout, it was over for everybody.
The only thing John Wick would have to lose to a fist fight. It'd have to be someone who can best him in a fist fight.
Yeah.
Because if it's guns, it's not happening.
Yeah, but even then, like, he knows so many different forms of martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it comes down to, I think there are better fighters than John Wick hand to hand.
Maybe. I don't know. He's just such a good, well-rounded. That's why he won.
Yeah. I think giving John Wick a pistol in the beginning was a little bit too...
a little OP.
A little OP.
We gave the man his standard loadout, and it was too much.
It was too much to handle.
We should have only given him.
We gave him a bulletproof suit and a pistol. Like, I mean,
that's his loadout.
Put him up against Luke Hobbs and was like, "Alrighty, Luke Hobbs,
go ahead, see what you can do." Oh well.
Oh, he tried. He gave it his best.
He did. He gave it his best shot. Anyways, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I like that was a good idea doing the sequencer because that made it a little bit more random.
That was very smart. Good move.
Felt more like a battle royale. Yeah.
Because as soon as we were talking, like, well, if MacGyver went up against, then we were just discussing who's the weakest and then going to the strongest.
Correct. Yeah. But even still, it ended up playing out that way because John Wick just got the best. He just got the best of everything. Again, shout out to my girl. Shout out to my girl Katniss Everdeen, who just didn't even get a chance to play. To be honest, just
I mean,
between her and MacGyver, just like it's almost like they're sitting in. Just imagine before they go in, everybody's kind of sitting around, looking at each other, eyeing each other up, and MacGyver and Katniss are like in the corner, like, holy shit, why are we here? Like looking over, everybody's got their guns, and like Frank Castle's looking all like menacing with his body armor and the skull in the front. Yeah. MacGyver's like
them just all on the bus. Just flying.
Yeah, MacGyver is just like sitting in the corner, like he's wearing like his like 70s tracksuit, like
making a
mullet
paperclip.
Yeah, he's got his mullet flowing. He's looking like, this
and
probably isn't going to go well.
Just standing there,
yeah, staring. And then the Terminator looks down at MacGyver and just tries to do the smile from T2, like just kind of just opens his lips. No.
Alrighty, guys. That was a good episode.
That was. So thanks, everybody, for listening. If you have a difference of opinion with any of those, please let us know. Reach out to us on YouTube, Twitter, or any other form of social media.
Or email us at johnwick.don'tcare@gmail.com.
John Wick just be killing everybody out here.
Yeah. Hashtag John Wick OP. Should have given him a pencil. But yeah, that's going to be it for us. We will see you guys next week. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
Later, taters.
Bye. 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 Bye.